Can this one piece of gum help you reduce your anxiety? Well, maybe. Let's find out. Hey guys, I just wanted to talk about one of my favorite tips that has helped a lot of people out when it comes to dealing with anxiety, and that's chewing gum. I found this maybe, I don't know, a year, 2 years ago, somewhere along that line. I found that chewing gum really helped reduce a lot of my anxiety and a lot of other areas in my life too that I was struggling with. And so here are 5 reasons why chewing gum has helped me with my anxiety and others too. The first thing that comes to mind is the taste. So it doesn't matter what flavor of gum you're chewing, what happens is your mouth gets this overwhelming sensation of flavor at once, and so it's going to distract you from what you're currently feeling. Because when we think of anxiety, most times it stems from a situation in your brain that's sensing some type of danger, right? And so in order to start disrupting these signals in your brain that's saying, hey, danger, danger, or whatever may be happening in the situation that's causing you anxiety, when we put flavor into our mouth, it immediately starts overwhelming our sensations of like, wow, gum has a huge pack of punch in the flavor that makes you focus on that. So there's a big sensation of flavor going on that distracts you from the sensation of fear or overwhelm or whatever you may be feeling with your anxiety. The second thing is salivation. So with a lot of saliva being accumulated from when you're chewing gum, it helps you with preventing the dry mouth that people get when they're anxious. Because when you're feeling anxious, you start getting a little bit of a dry mouth, right? It's harder for you to talk, and you just have this like weird overall sensation going on in your mouth that you're almost like, ugh. It's hard for me to talk, or I just feel really dry and I need something to help me through it right now, because again, your body's producing a lot of cortisol, and those are stress hormones for what you're feeling when you're feeling anxious. So when you're chewing gum, it helps you stay hydrated, let's say, but more so helps you with producing saliva, which eventually does help you with reducing the dry mouth you get from anxiety. Number 3 is eating. So when you're chewing gum, your jaw's doing this chewing motion, right? So your body doesn't know the difference between when it's eating food and when it's chewing gum. The sensation of feeling full will be there, but in the moment, what you're doing is you're chewing. So your jaw is going in that repetitive motion of if it's like you're eating. And so what that means is your body's telling yourself, hey, relax, because we're eating. And that's usually when you find yourself in the most relaxed state is when you're eating. So your body is going to try to offset the feeling of anxiety with the feeling of eating because you're chewing gum. And when you're eating, you're in that state of calmness, right? There's nothing trying to harm you because your body needs to feel safe to eat. And it goes all the way back to our ancestry, where, you know, we're foraging for food, we're fighting off dinosaurs and all this other crazy stuff. Then we get our food and then we cook it. We can finally relax because now I'm fueling myself. So again, chewing will help mimic that idea that you're eating, which will give your body the sensation of saying, hey, relax, because now the hunt is done. Number 4 is breathing. Chewing gum can help you with breathing because again, you're going through that chewing motion, you're having salivation happening, you're gonna have to swallow, and you're going to have to keep providing energy towards your mouth, which is again from the chewing, but overall it's going to help you with your breathing, because when we're in anxiety, our breath is stuck in our chest and in our throat. Very short breathing, I refer to it as pug breathing, but when you're chewing gum, your breathing slows down. It allows for you to get back into your breath and into your body, which again helps you with regulating. Because anxiety, all it is your alarm system and your amygdala going crazy because we're sensing some type of threat. And one of the best and quickest ways to relax ourselves is through our breath. And it's hard to breathe when our mouth is feeling dry, when there's a disgusting taste in our mouth because of what we're sensing with anxiety. And so if we can get our body to relax, go back into breathing, then we can find ourselves settling down from that state of anxiety. Number 5 is focus. So when you're chewing gum, you can associate that with certain things which will help you provide greater focus. So for example, when I was studying in school, specifically my harder classes, I would have gum that had a specific flavor that I would chew when I would study. So when it came to the test, I would chew that gum and I would associate it with me studying. This was the tip I learned back when I was in college, because I knew that I was going to have a hard time with certain subjects that I really wanted to make sure I got down right. And so one of the tips that I learned from that was, if you chew a specific gum while you're studying and then you go into that test, your brain will associate that gum with the subject that you were studying at that time or whatever you're focusing on. So for this example, if I'm feeling anxious and I know that that's something I struggle with, I can get gum and say, hey, when I chew this flavor of gum or this specific gum, I'm going to associate that with a sensation of feeling calm and relaxed, because that's when I need it the most, is when I'm feeling anxious. I'm going to be chewing gum, so my focus is going to be, hey, when I chew this gum, I feel this specific way. There might be a little bit of a placebo effect, but more so that your body and your mind are associating two things together with a certain sensation. So go ahead and put all those things into play now, right? So again, we're focusing on the taste, the salivation, your eating, your breathing, and your focus, all with chewing gum when you're feeling anxious. And if you don't believe me, just go ahead and give it a try. Not just once, but just a few times. That way your body can start identifying, hey, when I feel this, I go to this, and now I feel this. So hopefully this helps, and if you found this helpful, go ahead and share this with a friend.